Alright, hey guys, so I am back with another what I've been melting video. This is going to be for the last half of February. I also have all my empties in this video, and I think I'll do those ones last, because I think I don't have that many empties, so I'll do those ones last. So I'll start off with the stuff that I melted. I'll just grab and go. So the first thing I have here is Luna from Hayden Row Candle Co. And this one I melted downstairs in the living room. And this one is a blend of citrus, raspberry, floral, tonka bean, and oak moss. And I'm sorry if I'm being a little bit quiet. I think it's like 11 o'clock at night, something around that time, and I'm trying to be a little bit more quiet. Also, I took out my contacts and I don't have my glasses, so I don't know how this reading thing is really gonna go, but we'll see. This one I did not think I was gonna like, because on cold it's very perfumey, and on warm it's very perfumey too, but I think it's a little heavier on cold. Once you melt it, it's quite a soft, floral, perfumey, fruity scent that's a little bit sweet. I do get everything listed in the notes. I would just say that it's not as scary when you melt it as it is on cold. Like on cold, I was scared it was going to be too strong, because most perfume scents are just really heavy, and I was afraid it was going to give me a headache. It was just really pleasant. It was nice. The throw was good. The scent itself is a little bit softer, but, you know, it was good. So that one's Luna. I did like it. And that one came in a loaf, by the way. Like, I just cut it up. Then I have Mary Cookie. This is a Bath & Body Works candle. This one is honestly so old. Like, these are like their old labels. I honestly don't know how old this is. I would say that maybe 5 years old. I haven't bought like Bath & Body Works candles since I was in high school, and I'm in my 4th year of university now, so at least 4 years. It's that old. So this one, I'm actually melting it right now, and I'm blending it with this one from Supertarts. This is Raphael, which is fresh picked strawberries, watermelon, and Jolly Ranchers, or watermelon Jolly Ranchers, sorry. And I just used a half of it. Her fresh picked strawberries isn't really a fresh picked strawberries at all. It's not very like a fruity strawberry. It's definitely more of a strawberry jam. And then that watermelon Jolly Ranchers, I wouldn't say it smells like watermelon Jolly Ranchers, but it's a good candied watermelon. Actually, no, I do get the watermelon Jolly Ranchers. I lied. It's a good mixture of both. So none of the other ones are kind of overpowering the other. It's a really good mixture. And I thought this one, because strawberry jam can be hit or miss for me depending on the blend it's in, I decided to melt it with Mary Cookie, because it's honestly just a very vanilla scent. And by vanilla scent, it just smells like vanilla. Yeah, it just smells kind of like vanilla, and it's like a little bit cakey maybe, but it's mostly kind of like a buttery vanilla scent, and it's currently in the warmer. At first when it started melting, I could smell this more, and now that I think the Mary Cookie's melting with it, it's a little bit more subtle. I honestly don't know. I might put it down below in the description what I ended up thinking of this mixture, because often when you put anything vanilla or anything marshmallow, it really tones down whatever's in there, and oftentimes for me, whenever there's marshmallow or vanilla in something, it honestly, for me, for my nose at least, it kind of makes the scent unrecognizable. Like, I can't really smell it. So I'll see how it goes, and I'll let you guys know in the description. But that's what I'm currently melting, and so far so good. I wouldn't say I necessarily smell it, but it could also just be where my desk is too. Here we have one that I didn't like, and this is Storybook Scents Demon Barber of Fleet Street. So what I've started doing is, during the day, I spend most of my time in the living room, and then at night obviously I spent time in the bedroom. So when I'm in the bedroom, I obviously want to melt like obviously good scents that I absolutely love. But then when I'm not in my bedroom, I think that I'm going to start melting scents that I'm either unsure of or scents that I don't really like that much, but I just don't want to waste. And so I think I'll end up melting scents that are new, are kind of odd to me, or scents that are not my favorite, and that aren't necessarily ass wax that I don't want to give away, but I also don't want to throw out. Wax that just kind of doesn't necessarily float my boat, or wax that is kind of experimental for me. So this one was one of the ones where I just wasn't sure if I would like it at all. So I melted 2 cubes of it in my bedroom while I was spending time in the living room. And at one point I went up to my bedroom 2 times. One time it just started melting and it didn't really smell too bad. It smelled okay. And then I went back a second time and oh boy was it horrible. So this one, wait. Is there no scent description? There is no scent description. Let me see if I can find it on my laptop. No, it's fine. I think this is probably like an amber shaving cream blend. It's definitely a shaving cream blend. And I think it was like, it's a bakery manly scent. So it was like a bakery scent mixed with shaving cream and like amber and musk and stuff, which Storybook scents she used to do a lot. She used to blend like manly shaving cream or musk and amber with bakery scents, and on cold it's just odd. You definitely get like, you kind of get like a weird floral, then you get like a creamy bakery, and then you get like shaving cream, and it's just very odd. And so I didn't know how I'd feel about this. So obviously I melted 2 cubes in my bedroom because I wasn't going to be in there. And this literally smelled like baby vomit. I know in my last melted review I talked about how a different scent smelled like baby vomit. I lied. That one didn't smell like baby vomit because this is what baby vomit smells like. This scent right here, it's just so weirdly creamy, and then it's like sugary, but then it also has like this weird floralness to it, and it's just so acrid. It just honestly smelled like baby puke. I've never smelled baby puke, if I'm going to be quite honest, so my interpretation of baby puke is probably just not there. But to me, this is what baby barf smelled like. Like, this was a more accurate interpretation. It just kind of smelled like, and the reason I say it smells like baby puke is because it smelled like puke, but it was sweet puke. So that's what I think baby puke smells like. I don't know. They eat a lot of applesauce. Am I right, ladies? Okay. But that one's horrible. That is complete ass wax. That's actually just gonna go in the garbage. Okay. Then I have Super Tart Slytherin, which is honeydew blackberry white tea. I melted 1 cube of this downstairs in the living room. No, I already showed you where I melted that one. I was about to freak out for a second. But yeah, one of my favorite Slytherin blends. It's just really refreshing and a little bit fruity. I like fresh scents, but normally only if they're blended with fruits. Like, I'm not a huge fan of like plain fresh scents. I like fresh scents that have a fruity twist to it because it makes them more bearable, and it kind of gives me less, not like less of a headache per se. Most of the time, yes, gives me less of a headache, but also it just makes it smell less like rain, because I hate the smell of rain. It just doesn't smell like odd water and like sweat. I don't know. Yes, I love that one. It's a good fruity fresh, but it's not like fruity. It just adds a nice fruitiness to it, so it's not too fresh. And then we have Super Tarts Tonks, which is magically delicious raspberry and pink sugar. This one I think I'm going to pass on. I melted a cube of it. It was really pretty when it was melting. If you check my Instagram under the same username, you can actually see it melting. It's just so pretty. But the thing is, I put in 1 cube and it barely threw, and also it just was really heavy. I don't know if it's just the magically delicious that's just a really heavy bakery. It's like it has a really heavy cereal note, but it was just really heavy, and it didn't throw, and it was also a really soft scent. I know that one of the people I live with, he commented, like, he came into the living room, he was like, oh, like, that's something smells real strong, but not in like a bad way. He was just saying like, oh, that one's a strong one. But the thing is, the throw wasn't there. So I think he meant strong as in like it was just really heavy, and it felt really cloying because it's probably the mixture of that cereal note from Magically Delicious and then that pink sugar, and it just made it really heavy. It was a real heavy scent. But if you like heavier bakeries, I would recommend this one. I just think her raspberry is very floral. It's not a fruity raspberry, so this blend didn't make sense to me. Because it's like, you get a cereal note, you get pink sugar, but then something about this is just kind of perfumey and floral, and I think that might be the raspberry. I don't know, it's just a little bit odd. Not a great scent in general, and also didn't perform very well. So I might just pass it on to a friend who, like, it wasn't necessarily ass wax, but it just wasn't my cup of tea, so I'm probably just going to pass it on to a friend who will enjoy this better. Then I melted Carlisle from Super Tarts. This is chamomile and huckleberries, and I melted 2 cubes of this. This one, again, it wasn't bad, it just wasn't my cup of tea. Again, it's just really pretty because there's hidden kind of pink wax inside of it, so it, again, looks really, really pretty melting. But it just wasn't really anything special. The huckleberry is a really authentic blueberry scent, in my opinion. It's more authentic than the plain blueberry kind of fragrance oils. But I did not like her chamomile. Chamomile? How do you guys say it? I don't know. I just didn't like it. It just wasn't a good blend. It just smelled really weird because the huckleberries is fruity, but it's a little bit spicy, and then the chamomile was a little bit herbal, creamy, clean smelling. So it was just an odd blend. And I don't know. I think this is going to be ass wax. I don't think anyone's going to want this one. So that one's probably just going to be tossed. Then I have Tallulah and Poe Wax Co. Things We Love. And this one is strawberry, peppermint sticks, and vanilla. This is literally just tinsel, like it's tinsel. Yeah, it's literally tinsel. I think that she says that she house blends it. Maybe she does house blend it. Honestly, I don't know. But yeah, it's literally just the tinsel fragrance oil. So if you're afraid to get this one, because you're not sure of the blend, if you've ever smelt the tinsel fragrance oil, then this is exactly what that is. This one was a good one. It was strong, and the wax is pretty. I don't know. I'm just not a fan of her company, to be quite frank. Then I have Mandala Melts. This is Draught of the Living Dead, and it was a little skull that I cut up. And this is a blend of lavender, peppermint, spearmint, and pink sugar. And this one is quite herbal. It's definitely an herbal lavender. And you get the peppermint, you get a little bit of spearmint, you get a little bit of pink sugar. But the strongest scent in here is most definitely her lavender. That herbal lavender is really kicking you in that face. It's really just like punching out your 2 front teeth. It's good. If you like herbal lavender, if you like spa kind of pepperminty herbal scents, you're gonna like this one. It's good. I don't really get too much of the pink sugar, but that's fine because I really like this blend. And I kind of want to try and melt it with her Sully, which is blueberry lemonade, because at one point I had the blueberry lemonade clamshell sitting next to me on my bedside table. I don't know why. I think I was just smelling it and then I put it down. And I kept getting whiffs of the blueberry lemonade while this was melting, and it kind of smelled really good. So I'm kind of thinking of trying that. But yeah, this is a really, really good one. And the throw was great. The scent itself was strong. It's just a really good one. Okay. Then I have Blank Labels. This was a 2-timing heart tart, which means it's just a heart tart that's double layered. And it was a layer of Bippity Boppity Boutique and Never Nude, which is a blend of watermelon strawberry cake and vanilla bean waffle cone cake batter. And I melted a quarter of this one downstairs in the living room. Oh, and I melted this one in the bedroom. I melted this one also in the bedroom. So this one, you really get that vanilla bean waffle cone cake batter. It's really good. I love waffle cone fragrance oil. It's really good. It's just a really, really creamy bakery that's not overly heavy. And then you get watermelon and strawberry cake. It's a really, really good creamy berry bakery that's not overly heavy. And it's also not too heavy on the watermelon and strawberry. It's just a really good balance of the two fragrances. And when it melted, it honestly smelled so edible. This was a good one. I will say though that the throw itself wasn't that strong, but again, I don't know. It doesn't say that it was poured so long ago, but it was sitting in a warehouse that could have just been like really hot. It sat in a warehouse for like 2 months around that time. So yeah, but it was a good scent. It was a medium throw. Like, it just wasn't super strong, but that's also because it was my living room, which is a bigger area. But yeah, really, really good. It smells so good on warm. It just smells so edible. Edible. Okay. Then I have this one, which I blended with a few things. Let me grab the other thing, because the other thing's actually an empty. Okay. So I melted these 3 things together, so let me show you. So the first thing I have is Sisters from Storybook Scents. And this is vanilla cake, strawberry, vanilla ice cream, macadamia cookies. I definitely get the strawberry. I definitely get that kind of vanilla bakery. And I smell something a little bit different, which I'm assuming is the macadamia cookies. This one's just a really, really good fruity bakery. And then we have Sniff My Tarts, sugar cookie, marshmallow fluff, zucchini bread. Her zucchini bread is not the creamy kind of zucchini bread, but you don't get that too much. You mostly kind of get like a creaminess, sugar cookie scent to it. And I blended that with 1 cube of the Better Homes and Gardens Orange Buttercream Cupcake, which is basically the Fruit Loops oil. It's a Fruit Loops scent, essentially. But, like, it's so intense on the cereal note. It is so heavy. If you want a strong kick-ass Fruit Loops, if you love Fruit Loops, this is your guy. This is it. But I can't do heavy cereal. It gives me a migraine. And so I melted... So there were 2 chunks. I put in one... So what originally happened was I put in 1 cube of this one and 1 cube of that one, because I thought maybe it would be equal that way. Because I also didn't want to waste this, because this was a good scent and I want to melt it alone. And because Storybook Scents, the company, is no longer in business, I obviously don't want to like waste anything if I really like it. But it wasn't strong enough. So I went through my bin and I looked for something else. I found this. I put in the other, there were 2 chunks. I put in one of the chunks. And still, this was strong as hell. And let me tell you, this is old as hell. This, okay, the last time I bought wax in America was my 2nd year of high school, right? Yes. So I was 14, 15 then. I'm 21. So this is almost 6 years old. And it blew me out of the room so hard that I had a migraine. I had to turn it off. I had to like open the windows. I needed to get rid of this scent right here. And 2 of these other creamy bakery scents could not get rid of it. So that's how strong this was. If you want a strong Fruity Loop scent, this is your guy. But it's just not for me. It just isn't for me. I'm sorry. Okay, just 3 more things that I melted. So we have Fried Candy Donut by the Bathing Garden. I think it's like a jelly donut something. It's on her site right now, actually, for her circus collection. I really like this. I melted 1 cube of it. Yeah, it's just a really good kind of like blackberry or blueberry kind of jammy scent with a really good kind of like doughy bakery blend that's not really heavy. It's just a good bakery donut, because most donuts are really cinnamon, but this one isn't. It's just really good. I really, really like that one. Then I have Prince Eric by Mandela Melts. This is her Avobath dupe. And this one I melted a half of it. This one on cold, it doesn't really smell very accurate. But when you melt it, it smells a lot more accurate than it does on cold. And this shit was so strong. I was like putting it on at night as like a nice relaxing. This was so strong. I had to turn it off after like 20 minutes. It wasn't even fully melted and I had to turn it off because this shit was so strong. It was so strong that I felt like I couldn't breathe. Which, like, it kind of sounds like a bad thing, but, like, if you love wax, that's not a bad thing. It just definitely wasn't the time, the place, or the room for it. I think if I'm going to try this again in the bedroom, I'll definitely use a lot less. Or I'll just end up using this half in the living room instead. But this was super strong. It was super good. Super lemongrassy. I really, really liked it. I don't know, Mandela Melts, man. Her old wax is crazy. Like because I know that she switched her wax formula, I think, after this opening. But this wax formula from this opening is so good. Not that her current wax formula isn't. It's just, I don't know. I just really see a difference. Like, this shit is, like, blow you out of the room strong. The other stuff is just, like, it's strong. But it's not, like, this strong. I don't know. Okay. The last thing I have is Rose Girls Raspberry Cream Cheese Rolls. And this is just one pie slice. I have a whole half pie, but I obviously don't want to, like, lug around a whole half pie. So I just put in one pie that I cut up. One pie slice that I cut up, sorry, into, like, a smaller bag. And I'll just keep putting the pies in here, just because, yeah, it's just so weird to, like, carry an entire, like, half pie and, like, put it in the bin. I don't know. But this one is just her raspberry sauce, her cream cheese frosting, I think, and then I don't know what the rolls are. I don't know if cream cheese rolls is actually its own fragrance oil, but I think it might be cream cheese frosting and then something else, but it's definitely raspberry sauce, and that's mainly what I smell, which is good, because I love raspberry sauce. Her raspberry sauce is amazing to me. It's just so mouthwatering. And then mix it with whatever cream cheese bakery that is. It just adds a really nice creaminess to it, a really nice bakeryness to it, because raspberry sauce can either be really fruity or it can be really bakery. And it just makes it seem more bakery, but definitely raspberry sauce is the star of the show. So if you don't like raspberry sauce, you're probably not going to like most blends that have raspberry sauce because it is so overpowering. But I love that. The throw was amazing. It's just so good. Okay, and then lastly, I'm going to do my empties. So I will just grab and go. The first thing I have is L3's Crybaby. Her Crybaby is, I think it's a blend of like lemon heads, marshmallow, and like sugar cookie or something like that. I know it's lemon heads or lemon suckers, marshmallow, and then some kind of bakery, but it's really good. This was a clamshell. I melted the last 2 cubes I have of the clamshell. I have a whole bakery bag of it, but this is one of my favorite lemon bakery scents, and I forgot. So on cold, it smells basically exactly the same as Vintage Chic Scents, what's the name? Oh my god, I am so blanking. I literally just did a video on this. It's her lemon curd marshmallow blend. It smells exactly the same on cold. I forget. I'm sorry. I'm blanking. But it smells exactly like that on cold, but when you warm it, I remember why this is one of my favorite lemon bakeries. Because although it's creamy, although it's bakery, although it's very similar to that Vintage Chic Scents lemon curd and marshmallow scent, the lemon in here is different when you melt it because it really smells like an actual lemon head. Like, it doesn't smell like lemon curd and marshmallow. It smells like a lemon head, and you really smell that kind of candied lemon scent. And so it adds a little bit of a different touch to it, and it almost kind of makes it really unique. And it's really good. I smell everything in this blend and it's crazy strong. It is absolutely delicious, and I'm glad I still have a bakery bag of this one. Then I have Sweet Dreams, also by L3. And this one is cotton candy frosting, lavender, and mallow fluff. This was a good one. I just melted my last cube of it. It was a full chunk, and I always cut the chunks into 4, so I just melted my last 1/4 of it. This one was good. I melted this one at night. Her lavender is herbal, but it's a really creamy herbal lavender. So it's not kind of like this Mandela Melts herbal lavender where it's almost like a really intense herbal spa-like lavender. This one's more, I wouldn't say it's herbal. I feel like I've described it in the past as more like lavender buds. It smells like a fresh lavender twig, whereas this one just smells insanely herbal. This one smells like a lavender bud or a lavender twig. Yeah, and then the cotton candy frosting and the mallow fluff make it creamy and sweet. It was nice. I don't know if I would completely repurchase it in a large amount, but it was a good one. Okay. Then I have lemon curd Georgia peach, and again I melted one last cube of it, and this is also supposed to say 2016, not 2015, but it's good. It was lemon curd and her Georgia peach scent. I don't really like her Georgia peach. I keep trying to find a good peach scent, but it seems like no wax company ever has a good peach scent. But yeah, this peach scent was just kind of a little, like, I look for peach scents that smell like peach juice. Do you know what I mean? Like Allen's peach juice, like when you drink like a peach, you know what I mean when I say peach juice. But I want peach to smell like peach juice, and so far I haven't found it. This isn't really my favorite scent. I wouldn't repurchase it. But it was good. It was a good throw. It lasted long. Yeah, there's nothing wrong about it. It just isn't my favorite. Then I have Shaggy from Mandela Melts, and it was like 3 little pieces. This one was so good. This is Mac Apple shaving cream. I hate Mac Apple. I hate Mac Apple with a passion. It gives me a migraine. It smells disgusting. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. And you know what? I fucking loved this. I don't know what it is about Sam, the owner of Mandela Melts. Her name's Sam. But she will make a blend with scents that I hate, and I will literally love them. Like Mac Apple, loved this. I hate Mac Apple. I hate lemonade, or I don't really like fizzy pops that much because it gives me a migraine. I love Sully, which is blueberry and lemonade. It's just so crazy to me how the way she blends things just makes me love stuff. I think also though her Mac Apple is a little bit sweeter than other Mac Apples out there. Not that it's like a sweet candied apple, but there's a little bit of like a sweetness to this Mac Apple that actually made it a lot more enjoyable for me. Because the thing that I hate the most about Mac Apple is that it smells like apple skin, whereas this one smelled like a little bit of apple skin, but also like the fresh apple flesh. This one was just really good. The shaving cream was in there, and it just kind of made it really, I don't know, relaxing and spa-like and like fresh. And this was just so good. I even got the people that I live with. I'm like, come in my room, smell my room. Like, I was obsessed with that one. Okay. Then we have Bohemian Rhapsody by The Bathing Garden. And this is strawberry, lime, orange, raspberry. And I melted, again, the last 2 cubes of this one in my bedroom. Oh, I can still smell it. It's a nice scent. It's fruity. I do get the strawberry and like a little bit of a citrus and a little bit of the raspberry. Yeah, I mean, it's a good one. It's not my favorite. I don't think I would repurchase it. But hey, it was a good one. It's a fruity scent. It's a little bit creamy. It's just not very like fruity. It's like a fruity scent that's a little bit more like a body lotion fruity than it actually smells like juicy fruity, if you know what I mean. But it was a good one. I don't think anything was wrong with it, and the throw was good as well. Then we have Pink American Cream from Rose Girls, and this is from January 2016. It's old. This one was really good. I mean, it was really good. I think I had like half a chunk, but it was a decent size. But it's just pink sugar blended with American cream, which is a Lush dupe, and it was just really good. Yeah, I would definitely repurchase this in a large amount if she ever releases it, or I would probably do it in mini melters. It was good. I actually have a lot more empties than I thought. Okay, then we have Olive Branch by Mandela Mouths, and this one was a little guy, like a little gingerbread man, and this one was obviously a sample. And when I first smelt this, I was like, oh, another Olive Branch dupe. That's probably not going to be that great. I smelt it. It smelled kind of similar, and then I put it away, and I didn't touch it, and I haven't touched it since obviously February, and so it's been at least 4 months. So I was like going through my wax collection, just sniffing my entire wax collection as you do as a normal person, and I smelt this one and I was like, holy balls, this one smells exactly like I'm snorting that shower gel. Like, it smells like I'm in the shower scrubbing my body down and I'm just like sniffing. This is so dead on, it's ridiculous. Like, I don't know why, like, when I first got it, I don't know if when I first got it, it just didn't smell like Olive Branch that much, or, like, maybe it just needed time to cure. I can still smell it. It smells dead on. A lot of companies dupe Olive Branch, but they're never able to, like, get it just right. It kind of smells a little too cologne-y, or it's a little bit too, like, woodsy, or there's just something off about it. It's too heavy, whatever. But this one is so dead on. It was insane. And so I had posted about melting this in her Facebook. I put it in the warmer, and I had mentioned that, you know, I had something in it before it that was really strong, and it was really strong, and then I replaced it with this one. And about after like an hour, it was kind of there, but it was quite soft, and I was like, oh, you know, maybe I'll just have to try it again. Maybe it was just like the last scent was just so strong that it just kind of lingered, and whatever. I left my room for maybe an hour and a half. I came back in my bedroom, and I kid you not, this was so strong. It was like banging. Like, I walked into my room and I was just hit with Olive Branch. It was so strong. It was so good. I definitely think that this is probably not a bedroom scent though. Like, if I melted it in my washroom, I would totally melt this in my washroom. I just don't know, like, where I have a place to melt this, because it is quite, like, it obviously smells like a shower gel. Like, I walked into my room and it felt like I was about to walk in the shower. Like, I was ready to take my clothes off. Do you know what I mean? So, like, I don't know. If you have a laundry room, or if you're planning to clean your house, or you melt in the washroom, this would be a great one for you. Or if you just really, really love Olive Branch, melt it everywhere. I don't know, it just felt so, it just freaked me out because it was so realistic that it just felt weird melting it in my bedroom. But it is so dead on and so strong. This is so good. I 10 out of 10 recommend that one. Then I have Hugs and Kisses by Kay's Creations, and this is Lavender, Love Spell, Red Berries, Coconut. This one was not that strong, but again, I think it might have been either the age or maybe the coconut that's in here. I do get the Love Spell, and like I think I've said it before, but Kay's Creations, her lavender is quite soapy. It's like a soapy lavender. It almost smells like a lavender hand soap or like a lavender shower gel. It doesn't really smell like a sweet lavender or an herbal lavender or like a realistic lavender. It just kind of smells like lavender hand soap. But I mean, I like it in blends. I don't really like it on its own. But yeah, it smelled really, wait, I don't know if it was this one or do I have another one? No, okay, it was this one then. This one was crazy strong. Actually, I lied. This one I melted downstairs in the living room, and this one was actually super strong. I really got the Love Spell, I got the lavender, I got the coconut, and I'm assuming the berries were in there somewhere, but this was actually really strong. I thought that it wouldn't be just because it was older, and like some of the other lavender blends weren't doing like too hot, but this one was really, really strong. Like it filled up the whole living room, so this one was a really good one. Then I have Soothing Lavender, and I melted this one in my bedroom, and I like her lavender blends. I just don't think that I like her lavender on its own. So the Soothing Lavender is just her plain lavender. It's again just that soapy lavender, and I put the whole thing in my bedroom, and it was very strong. It was so strong, but it like kind of started to choke me out. It was that strong. Plus the fact that it just smelled kind of really soapy. It just wasn't enjoyable. I think that if it was put in a bigger room, maybe if it was done in the summertime, like the windows were open and there was a nice breeze and I was melting this, it would be really like nice. But because I was trying to go to bed and it just smelled like soap and it was so strong that it felt like I was choking, it just wasn't an enjoyable experience. I would try it again though, maybe in another area at another time. But it was really strong. So if you're looking for kind of like a good clean lavender, that one's a good one for you. This is lavender vanilla, and I melted the last half of the scent shot actually earlier today. I don't like her lavender vanilla. I have never liked her lavender vanilla. It is gross. It has that same kind of kerosene burnt scent that marshmallow fireside or any kind of fireside scent has, but it's like a burnt vanilla. And then you get like an herbal lavender. It's just a mess. This scent is a hot mess to me. I love Tiffany candles. The throw on this was so strong. It was amazing. Like the actual performance of it was amazing, but the scent itself is horrible. It's just so gross. I hate it. I hate it so much. It is disgusting. That one, ugh. No, that's a total dud. Then I also melted Cucumber Splash in the living room. This is Cucumber, Apples, and Green Notes. And this one on cold, I really, really like. On warm, I also really like it too. It's just, yeah, it's exactly what it sounds like. It's real, it's not cucumber as in like you smell like the cucumbery water. It's just like real fresh. It's a real fresh kind of apple scent. It's not a real fruity apple. It's just a real fresh, real clean scent. It was very strong. Like one thing of it was very strong. But I just don't think I was in the mood for anything super clean, super fresh. Maybe if I melted this again in the springtime or the summertime, it may be very different. I just don't think I was in the mood for it. It felt almost a little perfumey as well. I think the apples in here, I don't know if it might be decant and might be delicious, because I do know that she has that fragrance oil. I don't know. There was just something about it. It just kind of, it wasn't my favorite, but I obviously didn't hate it. It was just kind of there, and I turned it off. It kind of started to bother me, the scent, because it was so strong, and also because it was so fresh, it kind of started to bother me, so I had to turn it off. But it wasn't like bad by any means. It just wasn't amazing. But that could just be the fact that I melted it in the middle of winter. Well, I guess it's spring now, but it still feels like winter in Canada, so yay. Then I melted Beach Blanket Bingo, and I melted the full thing. This is Melons, Berries, Mint. This is really pretty. It smells a lot like the Bathing Gardens melon and mint. I think that's what she calls it. But yeah, it's just kind of like that, I think it's honeydew cantaloupe scent with a fresh green mint. I think this might be a spearmint. It smells like a very leafy mint. Like it's not a very crisp peppermint. It's more of like a leafy green mint. So I think this might have been a spearmint. And then the berries in there just added a little bit of a sweetness, but it was really good. I really enjoyed this one. I would definitely repurchase this if it comes back, but I don't think I've seen it come back for a really long time, so I don't know, but that was a good one. And then the last thing that I melted together. I melted this in my bedroom. This is Fluffy Pink by Haley's Heavenly Scents, and then Coconut Cream by Tiffany Candles. So this one, you could see a lot of the oil leaked. I think that's kind of an issue with Haley's Heavenly Scents. Haley's Heavenly Scents, I forget what the new name of the company is. The owner, sadly, Janine, she passed away after a long while of health conditions, and one of her family members actually ended up taking it over and kind of renamed it, but she's still selling all the same blends in all the same like shapes and stuff, and I think they're the same prices. But yeah. the oil kind of leaking out was an issue, and I didn't want it to leak everywhere, so I melted it, the whole thing. And fluffy pink, I think it was just pink, sugar, and marshmallow. And then I also added coconut cream because I love coconut cream. Tiffany Candles' coconut cream is really good, real creamy, a little bit coconutty, real delicious. I melted them together, and it just created a really nice sugary, and by sugary I mean like pink sugar, just like gooey, creamy blend, and it was really pretty. So yes, that is, I think, yeah, that's everything that I melted, and those are all my empties for the month of February. I will be filming my March wax picks soon, and I will be uploading it after this one. So yeah, I'm hoping to post more regularly now because I should. I don't know. I do this thing where like I'll film, but then I always forget to post, and then by the time I remember, I'm like, okay, it's been like 1 month, 2 months, no one cares, I'm not gonna post it. So I just end up deleting it. So I need to just get on top of that and actually post stuff. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!